Week 4 of the football season kicks off here on Fred TV in just a couple seconds as Diman hosts Bristol-Plymouth at Durfee High School. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud. Great to have you with us for another Friday Night Lights edition of our Fred TV Sportscast. I'm joined by the head coach of the Diman Bengals, Steve Winarski, here for pregame. Coach, great to have you alongside. So nice to see you again.
That's great to see you too, Evan. I remember we used to go way back into a classroom, phys ed class, and we used to talk sports back then, and now we're still doing it. So that's a pleasure to see you.
That's for sure. That's right. Coach was here at Durfee when I went to Durfee, so go a long ways back. But now we're here to talk football. You're over at Diman. You guys are 1-1. This is your first Mayflower League game. It's a big game.
Yes, it is. Bristol-Plymouth's a hard-nosed football team. They won last week. They were up 27-0 at the half, and so they're 1-0 in league. They're in first place, and we're in second. We haven't played a league game yet, so it's going to be a battle tonight.
Now, you guys haven't been on your home field this year. It's getting the makeover. That's why we're here at Durfee. You guys had a bye last week. I'm sure you guys are itching to play in front of your Fall River fans.
Oh, yeah, so we'd like to play at our home field, but, I mean, it's still football. You got to play it, accordingly, and you got to get out there, block, tackle, and score some touchdowns. You know, we were in this situation when they built this field. And I think 05 it was. We had to play all away games, and just name a few guys like B.J. McDonald and Timmy Powers, who coaches here now, and we had all away games, and it didn't stop them from having a good season. So, we just told the guys at Diman, hey, we'll be the first team to probably have the most wins playing on the road.
There you go. It's the first home game tonight. It's at Durfee. Kickoff is just around the corner, so stick around on Fred TV. Welcome back, folks. Evan Massoud with you from high atop the press box here at Durfee. Diman getting ready to host Bristol-Plymouth in week 4. It is Diman's third game, however. They are 1-1, as we said in the open there. I want to thank Coach for his time as well.
To receive for BP, number 21.
And the kick is off.
Nick Power.
Nick Power gets the kick for the Craftsman, taken down at the 35. As the Craftsman from BP, that's Bristol-Plymouth, of course, out in Taunton, right on 140. You can actually see their fields from Route 24. The Craftsmen come in. They have a league victory already in the Mayflower League. This is the first Mayflower game for Diman. So BP already with a leg up, and they're always a tough team to face. This is usually a pretty good matchup here whenever these teams square off against each other. And the Craftsmen have the ball. They elected to go on offense as they won the toss. And they're going to hand it off to start.
From the 36.
Going nowhere, though. That was number 33, Zachary Gallant. And he
ball carried by number 34, James Carson.
Falls back about 4 yards lost, so it'll be 2nd and 14. Of course, if you miss the open with Coach Winarski, again, we're here at Diman. We're here with Diman football at Durfee, I should say, because, again, Diman has the new sod.
33-yard line.
So they have the new sod that was put down. They can't play on it yet. And so that's why we're here at Durfee. And Keith Allen, the athletic director, said thank you very much. He wanted to express his thanks to Fall River Public Schools and Durfee for the hospitality here. And, of course, this stadium is used for so much more than just Durfee sports. The Fall River Falcons use football. They come here and play their home games here. There are soccer clubs that use this field as well. I mean, this facility, since being redone 10 years ago, or actually going on really 11, this field has been used for so many events, even state meets, track meets. So happy to have Diman here at Durfee, and we're happy to be at Durfee too. Although I will say I miss Diman because the angle and the perspective you get from the Diman roof, you're quite a bit higher as we're going to pass here on 3rd and long. It is a completed pass, but it'll be short of the first down as James Carson is taken down just after the original line of scrimmage. And it'll be a 3-and-out forced by the Bengals defense. But as I was saying, this field is great from up here in the press box, but to be perfectly honest, the field at Diman, that press box, I love being up there because you're higher and you can the angle that you're at, you can actually see the sideline, the far sideline, a lot better. The vantage point is just outstanding. That's going to fall. Was not touched, and it will roll to the 26-yard line before it downed. So actually bounced close to the 40, but it was a friendly bounce for BP.
Bengals 26-yard line. They take over 1st and 10.
The Diamond Bengals will go on offense for the first time. QB for Bristol-Plymouth was Roman Barros, number 10. For Diamond, it is number 13, Joden Broder. Bengals first play from scrimmage. 10-minute quarters here in the Mayflower League as opposed to the 11 that we play when Durfee hits the field. And it is looks like a little bit of a draw there, try to go up the gut, but no luck for the Bengals either. So negative yardage on their first snap, much like BP.
Number 40, Chauncey Oliver.
Chauncey Oliver with the carry there, and they do mark him right about the same spot as they were before, so it doesn't look like any gain on the play. So 2nd and 10.
For the Bengals, number 13, Jordan Broder.
You know, Diamond comes off the big Thanksgiving Day win at home against New Bedford Vogue. It was a huge win for the Bengals. They haven't beaten Vogue in years. And there's a little seam up the middle and falling across the line to gain for the first down. That looked like Jacob Swenson, number 8. And so that'll move the chains.
Carried by number 8, Jacob Swenson.
But that win on Thanksgiving was huge for Diamond. It capped off what was an immensely successful season for them. They made it to the 2nd round of the playoffs. They lost at home, but they lost to one of the best programs in the area, in our part of the state, basically. So it was a tough game for sure. But Diamond continued. They played on one more week and then had Thanksgiving. Swenson with the carry escapes a tackle. Still on his feet. Drops at the 45, a gain of 7. And, you know, I was talking with our camera guy tonight, one of our former students, Padek, and, you know, I was worried my eyes were getting bad. We were talking before the game. But obviously the Hilltoppers jerseys with that gradient of like red to black and white, tough to read those numbers. But these Diamond Bengals, these jerseys with the black and then the white numbers, they stand out tremendously well. So the good news is my eyes aren't going bad. The bad news is when Durfee plays, it's a little harder to see the numbers. So another handoff to Swenson. He'll get the first down and a few more. Wrapped around and taken down to the ground across the 45 of BP. So they're across midfield and driving.
Jacob Swenson. And on a stop for BP, number 21, Nick Power.
It's amazing, too, how quickly we notice the difference in natural light as well during the football season. I mean, it is 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock start here, and I mean we have no natural light. It's all dark, as opposed to say maybe 2 weeks ago we had maybe a good part of the first half in natural sunlight. It is only 60 degrees. We got a breeze coming in from the east or southeast. Oh, a false start. Someone missed the hard count right there on the outside. That was number 87, Aiden Quirk. So that's going to back up Diamond. But, yeah, definitely a little nippy. We got a taste of fall in the air for sure. Not as warm as we've had all week, and I think we finally turned the corner from the extended summer. We call it an Indian summer, of course, but the extended summer versus now actual fall. This feels like Friday night football in September. So this is the last weekend of September. We'll turn the calendar to October next week. They hand it off to Swenson. Swenson with some room. The official got in the way. He had to reroute himself. About a yard short of the first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 1.
And on the tackle for BP, number 20, Corey Lopes. And number 27, Austin Heifler.
Let's see, Durfee Hilltoppers on the road now, basically for the rest of the regular season. They have Dartmouth, Barnstable, and and Brockton on the schedule 3 weeks in a row. They're over at Dartmouth right now. The Indians, a very tough squad. Back-to-back state champs a couple years ago. 2nd and 1, first down. Bengals, they'll move the chains again. This is an impressive first drive. The running game is really getting established quite well. It was the QB who kept it himself, Brodeur. Oh, a nice job getting the short gain there for the first down. So 1st and 10 from the 30. Diamond started back at their own 27. So they've gone just about 50 yards on the drive. Swenson has some room to the outside. Got to cut back across. First down and some more. Taken down around the 15. 15-yard carry.
Jacob Swenson.
Swenson seems like the guy to go to.
Number 35, John Surratt.
Looking at Diamond's schedule, they did win in their first game.
Anthony Milso.
They beat West Bridgewater, but they lost to Case last week. And Case, they beat Case last year at home, and it was a huge comeback win. That was our first game that we covered for the Bengals last year. It was their opening night over at Diamond, and they won that game. As the run here gets stuffed at the line. But that comeback against Case really set the tone for last season. This year they fell short, but 1-1 is definitely easy to build off of, because last year they started 0-1, beat Case to go to 1-1 on the season. So after 2 games, basically at the same spot as they were last year are the Diamond Bengals. And again, they had such a great season.
Going to bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Bengals.
One of the things that really stood out last year for Diamond was their resiliency to, to come back after a deficit. Passing almost picked off through the hands, deflected, and then there were a couple craftsmen there out in the secondary were just feasting their eyes on that loose football. So that brings up 3rd and 11.
It'll bring up 3rd down for the Bengals.
So a big 3rd and long here for the Craftsman D to defend. I mean, when you have a short field, there's not as much room to spread out. See if Diamond decides to run it with Swenson again. Dropping back. Brodeur has to scamper. He's got pressure. A little screen pass, and it's actually going to be a loss of yards. As Lyndon Carrero not happy.
13, Jordan Brodeur. To number 87, Lyndon
I was looking at the wrong sheet earlier, by the way. So 87 for Craftsman. We have a book here. Craftsman, I looked at the wrong side. Bristol-Plymouth's 87 is Eden Quirk. I had said he jumped the line. It was actually Lyndon Carrero who had that false start earlier in this drive. He caught that little screen play, and it looks like we're going for it on 4th down and about 13. No field goal attempt here, so unfortunately if Diamond can't get the first, they're probably going to take a shot at the end zone here, because if they can't get the first, going to squander what was a really good opening drive. Brodeur with some time, now pressure coming, and this is going to be not looking too good, in and out of the hands. That looked like either Swenson or number 9, Tyler Rigo. That was Tyler Rigo, and he could not reel it in, and unfortunately for Diamond, a really strong first drive comes up empty as they turn it over on downs to the Craftsman after the 4th down. So BP will take over at their own 18-yard line. I mean, that's where you take that gamble, because you've already pinned your opponent, back deep behind their 20, but still hate to come up short, especially after you had fairly good success running the ball. They hand it off up the middle to number 34. That was Carson again. James Carson.
By number 34, James Carson.
Short gain, about 3 yards, 2nd and 7. And I'll tell you one thing. It's amazing that, one less minute on the clock really makes it go a lot quicker. We've already played 9 minutes of the 10-minute game clock here in the first quarter, and the clock continues to roll because we've basically had all running plays here in the first quarter. Very few pass attempts.
2nd down and 7 for BP.
So we're under a minute in the first quarter already, almost in real time. Passing, going deep. There was some contact there. Could have been, it was an uncatchable ball, but if it was anywhere in the vicinity, there was definitely a bump there.
Pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, would have been offensive pass interference for sure. But again, an uncatchable ball.
3rd down for BP from their own 21-yard line.
As always, when we have the Diamond games, Nate Burns, who films the games over at Diamond, loves to chip in with some commentary from the side. So if anything gets picked up with our shotgun mic, my apologies in advance. Nate's always fun. When I was shooting highlights for Common Thread News, when we had that news show on GTV, on the government channel here, Channel 18, I used to really primarily shoot highlights. So Nate and I would always shoot the breeze when we were filming, but we can't do that now that I got the headset on and I'm doing full games. But Nate joined me last year. That was a lot of fun. We got to get you to do another game, Nate.
For the Bengals, number 22, Colin Aguiar.
He says I've moved up. Well, I guess so. I get to do the play-by-play now. Another 3 and out for the Diamond defense, and despite what was a missed false start, it appeared for BP. They will have to punt it away, so the Diamond defense looking pretty strong early. That's going to drop, rolling across the 40-yard line, and it'll be down at the 37-38 of Diamond. So even better field position, about a week, oh my goodness, about 10 yards. Where did a week come from? It's been a long week, I can tell you that. We've done a lot of games. First quarter comes to a close on the punt, so Diamond will take over. Diamond will take over after the brief timeout in between quarters. We'll switch sides, of course, so Diamond will be driving from left to right now once we get back to the field of play. But that was a very quick first quarter. BP headed back on the field, the defensive unit. Offense for Diamond heading over to the line of scrimmage. The ball's spotted right at the 38-yard line for the Bengals, so almost at midfield. Again, pretty good field position. Of course, BP was pretty back deep there. They punted almost from about the 5-yard line, so they were pinned back a bit. Didn't get much on that drive. They were 3 and out again, and so Diamond takes advantage. Broder gives the play call to his unit and see if the Bengals can find the end zone in this drive again. It looked like they were really moving quite well. The different formation here, wide receivers to the left is 2 of them. And now a whistle, got a flag. Might have been maybe a delay of game. Yeah, delay of game for the Bengals. Did take a little while for them to get to the line. And I know nobody moved, that's for sure. So, got to be quicker than that. What is that? I think the State Farm commercials or something. There's the guy hanging on a fishing line, hanging a purse with the 2 women. He says, "Ooh, got to be quicker than that." And a nice stop there on first down for the Craftsman.
Ball carried by number 2, Nate Lomba. And on a stop for BP, number 21, Nick Power.
Second down and 15. No gain on the play. There's a good stop again on first down for BP. Bengals spread it out, a little different formation now. They hand it off. Oh, running into problems again. Loss of maybe a yard there.
Ball carried by number 2, Nate Lumba.
Nate Lumba with the carry.
John Charette.
So we haven't seen Swenson on this drive.
Justin Stevens.
Swenson currently on the sidelines. Hopefully not injured. Actually, we have, yeah, he might be, actually. I see him with the trainer. So, actually, that's a bit of a development here as Swenson walking across the sideline behind the team. And he's not out there, so needing Lumba to step up here. He gets the handoff, has a seam on this side, needs a little more room. He won't get the first down. But it does bring the Bengals to the 45. They're 3 yards shy. And that's on, that was second down. No, that should have been third down.
That's Lumba and Power.
So this is fourth down. It's
down and 3 for the Bengals from their own 45-yard line.
This should be fourth down. It says third on the board, but the lines, the judge at the other end there, the marker, it says fourth down. Needless to say, they need 3 yards. They fake it, Brodeur, gonna pass it way long. Not a good pass.
Intended for number 87, Lyndon Carrero.
That was intended for Carrero, and now Bengals will punt it away. Oh, no, that was fourth down. I was right.
Turnover on down.
So that's actually fourth down. They went for it now. BP will take over on the visitors' 30, on the home team's 45, I should say. So Diman gives the ball back in their own territory to BP. Kind of a risky move there. I'm a little surprised they went for it on fourth down in their own territory. So first and 10. BP looking to strike first now after Diman came up empty. Still scoreless here in the second quarter. Trying to roll out is number 35, Hayden Medeiros. Nope, my bad. Turn the page, Evan. John Surratt. Not used to just having it all on one sheet. So much to look at. Usually I have the rosters on back and forth, 2 separate pages. I'm keep looking at the wrong page. Gain of 2, so second and 8.
Second down and 8 for BP from the Bengals' 43-yard line.
John Surratt got a good jump on that last play there, but just couldn't find an open spot to cut in. He basically ran to the far sidelines and had to go out. Again, only a short gain. Second and 8. Similar formation. They hand it off to Surratt again, and he will dive just across the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard on the gain, which would bring up a 3rd and 7.
Ball carried by number 35.
Oh, actually, they're not even giving him a.
And on a stop for the Bengals, number 40, Sean.
Not even giving him a yard there. He actually got just. They downed him right at the line. So no gain, 3rd and 8.
For BP.
BP has yet to move the chains in this one. And now a timeout called by the Craftsman.
Timeout called by BP. Timeout.
John Paris wants the timeout for the Craftsman on 3rd and fairly long, 3rd and 8. Pretty good crowd on hand. The Diamond fans always have a good showing. And tonight, good showing as well, as usual, here over at Durfee. And BP, just down 24. They have quite a few visitors over there as well. So this is always a well-attended game here in the city. There's a flag, and somebody moved. That is a false start. So that's a 5-yard penalty for the Craftsman on 3rd down. So now instead of 3rd and 8, you're looking at 3rd and a baker's dozen. Yes, I went there. 3rd and 13. Unfortunately, this is kind of what's happened to BP. I mean, they're kind of floating around even in terms of yards gained, if not in the negative so far. They have not had much luck on offense. Going to have to pass. They will. And, oh, he escaped, but is taken down. That is Carson going down after the pass. And that brings up 4th down. So BP 3 and out on 3 drives with negative yardage. Tough start for the Craftsmen on offense. So Diman will head back to receive the kick. Couple Bengals back there.
And on a stop for the Bengals, number 50, Jordan Camillo. And number 66, Ryan.
Oh, almost blocked. That's a tough hit in the back as well that the Bengals absorbed it. It looked like maybe number 18, Jordan Menes to me.
Ball rolls down all the way to the Bengals' 15-yard line.
So it rolls to the Bengals' 15. They'll have a long field. The good news is we're already almost halfway through the 2nd quarter here, and the Bengals, when they drove in that first drive, really ate up a lot of time off the clock, and they do get the ball at the start of the 2nd half because they had to kick it away. So if they can score here and kind of run out this first half, then they'll go in with a lead. And then they would also get the ball right away in the 3rd quarter, but we'll have to wait for a quick timeout. This one just a quick 30-second timeout. The teams will stay out there. No major huddles on the sidelines. Broder gets the play call, so 1st and 10 Bengals. They'll take over after the punt at their own 15. Broder going to hand it off, and a very minimal gain for the Bengals. I believe that was Lumba again with the carry. Swenson still on the sidelines over there to the right.
By number 2, Nate Lumba.
Swenson doesn't even have his helmet on, so that's never a good sign. Again, he had such a good presence out there, really established the ground game on that first drive, and now, again, not in the game. That's a development for the Bengals. 2-yard gain on 1st down, 2nd and 8 now. Broder hands it off, and nowhere to go. Lumbar goes straight down to the ground. Looked like towards our side there might have been an open lane, but you know, when you're on the field with that many bodies around you, sometimes it's tough to see that open lane. So they give him 1 yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 7.
52, Justin Stevens. This will bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Bengals. From their own
3rd and 7 for Diman.
4 minutes remaining.
They passed on the 4th down try last time out. This time going on 3rd down. Broder rolls out. Pressure coming, and oh, that is a terrible decision. They're whistling the play, though, dead, I think. Saying he was out of bounds? If that's the call, or maybe that he was down. Wow, I'm shocked. I'm going to tell you right now, from our vantage point, Broder was not down or out of bounds. And that should be a pick 6 for the Craftsmen. At least with the naked eye from up here, it looked like, I mean, have it right in front of the line judge there, but I'll tell you right now, that is, Diman might have just caught a huge break right there. 4th down, the Bengals will punt, 4th and 11, but man, it sure looked like Broder was down inbounds. That's going to bounce, and stops right at the 46-yard line of Diman. Not a good drive there, and again, the Bengals seem to be missing that presence of Swenson.
Number 58, Dylan Estrella.
So BP takes over again in Diman territory.
BP will take over at the Bengals.
3:19 to play in the first half. Really, again, what has been a very fast first half.
First and 10 BP with 3:19 left in the first half.
Gonna pass, completed pass, far sideline. First down for BP, and some more out of bounds though, and the coach is on the near side, live it again, not liking the call.
34, James Cussin.
But BP finally gets a first down.
Forced out of bounds by Bengals, number 66, Ryan Lessier. Result of the play is good for BP, first down. First and 10 from the Bengals, 27-yard line.
So that was a big gain there coming out of the timeout. Big gain for BP. It's a 20-yard pickup on the catch and run on that far sideline. And they finally have the first down. And now they are in business here at the 27 of Diman.
First and 10 from the Bengals, 27-yard line.
So first and 10 for the Craftsman. Dropping back to pass, going for the deep threat to the end zone. And it looks like it was good. Touchdown, BP. Roman Barros with a strike to the corner for 27 yards and the lead.
Number 10, Roman Barros. To number 21, Nick Power.
Nick Power was the receiver on that touchdown. Craftsman strike first. And again, that is a huge first score in the game because the Bengals, again, looked like they were in control on that first drive, and they got stopped in their tracks. Swenson went down, and now their team trails.
Attempting the extra point, number 80, Austin Anaki.
Austin Anaki will go for the extra point here. The ball is down, kick on its way. Good power behind that kick. It's through the uprights for a 7-0 Craftsman lead with 2:58 to play in the first half.
By number 80, Austin Anaki.
That was a quick drive for BP. 2 plays, 20-yard strike and a 27-yard touchdown. So 2 passes. They made quick work of that. That's what good field position will do for you. Now the good news for Diman, if they can sustain a drive here and get something going again, they looked really good early. They get something going on offense. They do have 2:58 to work with. So there's plenty of time to come back and answer.
Hey, they're way too deep, guys. They're way too deep.
Kicking off from the 40. Number 4 is back deep. Javier Stanley.
Kicking away for BP, number 80, Austin Anaki.
Well, they just a little squib kick. Picked up at the 25 by the Bengals and tripped up across the 30 is number 44,
Ball brought back by Bengals.
My bad, number 40, Chauncey Oliver.
And on a stop for BP, number 4, Diffa.
So with 2:54, the Bengals start from the 31-yard line.
First and 10.
They hand it off. Try to power it up the middle there. That was actually Chauncey Oliver on the carry. They went with the power, not so much the quickness, but they went with the power and tried to lead him. But the pile kind of collapsed there, so about a 3-yard gain. We'll say 2nd and 7 from the 34.
Second down and 7 for the Bengals.
Broder looking to pass this time. He's got some trouble. Going to throw on the run. Almost picked off, and it is going to fall.
Penalty flag on the play.
There is a flag down. And it is on the Bengals. And it looks like the penalty was declined. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
Third down and 7.
Third and 7. The Bengals trying to get across the first down, and now a whistle. A quick timeout just before the snap for the Bengals.
Timeout taken by the Bengals.
2:03 to play.
Diman.
We will try to figure out what happened to Swenson in this first half after, again, such a strong first drive. His presence is most certainly missed on the sidelines. We have not seen him head back out. A big 3rd down for Diman. 3rd and 7. Broder going to pass, and it is incomplete.
Pass intended for number 87, Lyndon Carrero. Pass falls incomplete, and will bring up 4th down for the Bengals.
So it's going to bring up 4th and 7. The incomplete pass stops the clock. And the Bengals will punt it away, it appears. Good snap. And a high punt, not going very far. Got an extra little bounce there. Ball is deadened at the 39. The Craftsmen have possession with a minute 47 here. Already up 7-0. Look to pad the lead before halftime. We'll see what Barrows does here, the QB for BP. That long, deep pass for the touchdown in the last drive, a 27-yard connection there. The pass worked. They hand it off here on first down. And taken down, I believe that was James Carson. Might have been 35, actually, Surratt.
Ball carried by number 35, John Charette.
Clock will continue to roll here. 2nd and 7 coming up after 3 yards on the carry for first down.
Second down and 7 for BP from their own 42-yard line.
Barrows looking to pass, and is it picked off? No, it's incomplete. That was Nate Lumba almost picked it off the ground there.
Number 88, Carter Kruger.
That stops the clock with 62 seconds to play in the first half.
Third down for BP. Third down and 7.
So 3rd and 7 coming out of the huddle, stopping the clock with the incomplete. Does allow BP a little extra time to get formulated and situated. Gonna pass it on 3rd down. And that was to number 81. Nice moves, I like it. Akbar Christmas. No gift there, however. Taken down just after the line of scrimmage. Christmas goes down, does not get the gift of the first down. Thank you very much. 4th and 5.
Completed to number 21, Nick Power. And on a stop for the Bengals, number 22, Colin Aguiar.
And I stand corrected, actually. So I guess we were talking about my eyesight. Well, I saw an 8. I didn't see a 2, but that was actually Nick Power. But he couldn't power himself across for the first down either. So Diman made the stop on 3rd down. 4th and 5 in BP territory. One would imagine that the Craftsman will kick it here. And number 29 for Diman, O'Shawn Brooks. Well, he was heading back deep to catch it. Brooks and Javier Stanley are back to receive, but they're only about, they're less than 10, they're about 10 yards away from the line of scrimmage. I mean, they're awfully close for someone who's going back. Maybe they're expecting trying to expect the fake. No, they're going to punt it away. I mean, this is kind of very strange here. It's going to bounce, and it'll go out of bounds just inside the 30.
Out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
39 seconds to play in the first half. And unless Diman can strike very quickly here, they will have been held shut out. They'll be held scoreless in the first half unless they can march down the field here in a rather quick fashion. An efficient fashion, I should say. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 31. Bengals line up with receivers on the near side, 3 of them. Brodeur rolling back, has some time, throws on the run. Oh, he came down with it. Lumbar, how about that? Lumbar with the catch, banging into the defender at the same time. That was an amazing catch right there from a high school player. So first down, clock is rolling from the 47 of Diman, 1st and 10, 25 seconds to play in the half. Taking too much time. Lost 10 seconds there. Now a flag, Brodeur escapes. Another flag on the other side, thrown, picked off. right through the intended receiver. That was Stanley. Power takes it far side, still on his feet, down at the 35 with 3 seconds to play in the half. Flags on both
Penalty
sidelines.
flag on the play.
I am not sure who Broder was throwing to, but it certainly wasn't one of the Bengals because missed him entirely. Has not looked very good. Diman has not looked good at all on the passing game. It really was the running game that was good for them early. So with 3 seconds on the clock, the pick will stand. And the Craftsmen
For Bristol-Plymouth,
have the ball from the 35, well within striking distance of one shot to the end zone. So with 3 seconds, they got a chance to toss it with a deep pass here. Diamond's defense spread out, especially playing a little safely. There is the pass, wide open, still in play, down. That's the first half.
Pass completed to number 21, Nick Power. By number 10,
Power did catch it. It was good for a first down, but just no more time on the clock. So a tough first half, though, for the Bengals, as Coach Winarski and his squad will definitely have to work on the offense a bit here. I mean, again, they looked really good in that first drive, but Swenson went down. We're trying to figure out what happened to him because he was a big player on that first drive, and you could see the presence was totally missed by Diamond's offense after he came out of the game. So we'll try to find out that during halftime. It is 7-0 BP on Fred TV. Third quarter coming up next. Well, welcome back. Third quarter about to begin here on Fred TV. Evan Massoud with you for the call. And what was a very quick first half that turned into a very long end to the second quarter. Lots of timeouts, stoppages in play, changing of possession, and so on. Bristol-Plymouth has struck first. They grabbed the touchdown close to the end of that second quarter. The good news for Diamond, they will kick off.
Welcome back for the second half.
They will receive the kickoff, I should say. Little squibbler. And Diamond will just fall on it. Bengals will. And they're going to start around the 33-yard line. As far as we know, in terms of Jacob Swenson, we said, again, he's on the sidelines. They said just precautionary. That's the word from the coaches. So that's most we can get out of that. He is still on the sidelines with no helmet on, so we won't see him. And John Claude King, J.C. King, he had like over 200 yards in that first game for Diamond against West Bridgewater, and he is hurt, so he's not in either. So that's why Lumbaugh, number 2, he's basically primary running back at the moment because it's like next man up times 2. They're going with Chauncey Oliver, showing some speed and some power there. Gets the first down on the little draw play there right up the middle.
By number 40, Chauncey Oliver.
And Oliver gets got something going there.
First down.
It was an 11-yard carry for the first down.
For BP, number 24, Marcus Pitsley.
Again, this is Mayflower League action. First league game for the Bengals, and BP already has one up on them, winning last week in the Mayflower. So the Bengals trying to hand BP a loss in the league. That was a good power run right there for about 7 yards, maybe 6.
Ball carried by number 40, Chauncey Oliver.
Oliver's a big kid. He
and on a tackle for BP,
not tall, but very
Jaden
stocky, I guess you could say. Built like a rock, really. I mean, he's got a lot of power. I'd say more of a power back than just, there's two different kinds of running backs. Usually there's someone who's kind of short and skinny and can really just sneak his way through and weave through. And then you have like the power back that's, really hefty kid.
Second down and 4.
Can get a lot of power. He's still fast, but he's tough to tackle, and that's what I'm seeing from Oliver here. Brodeur, quarterback keeper. Nice move by Brodeur. Down the sidelines to the 20, taken down to the 15. First down.
Ball held on to by number 13, Jordan Brodeur.
Brodeur, he tried that a couple times where he couldn't get anywhere. I did not realize he was that fast, I'll tell you. He got down the sidelines very quickly.
Ball brought down to the BP 17-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 17. So Diman in the red zone, second trip to the red zone. First time they came up empty. We'll see if they can cash in on the second time. 1st and 10. Looking for the equalizer. Or potentially the lead if they go for 2.
Pass intended for number 4, JVS Stanley. Pass falls incomplete.
Incomplete pass. So 2nd and 10 after the incomplete from the 17. They hand it off to Oliver. Oliver has a bit of a seam, going to roll outside. Ooh, takes the helmet to the chest. Tough hit right there.
Ball carried by Bengals, number 40, Sean C. Oliver. In on a tackle for BP, number 24, Marcus Pitsley.
Looks like a 5-yard pickup, maybe a little less than that. So let's say 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6 for Diman. From the 8-yard line, no, my bad, 13-yard line.
3rd down and 6 for the Bengals. From BP's 13-yard line.
Big 3rd down. This is, I'm sure, 4-down territory for the Bengals. They'll pass it. They find Stanley, and Stanley not going very far. Looks like there might have been a fumble here.
Loose ball, fumble.
There was a fumble, and BP will take over in the red zone. So once again, Diman not catching any breaks, really just hurting themselves in this game. That is a thoroughly disappointing start to the second half for the Bengals. Again, very much like that first drive of the game where they really had control and then just came up empty. Same thing here. It was a good drive, and now the turnover. Second turnover of the night.
1st and 10 BP from their own 10-yard line. 7:06 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Diman calls a timeout. They had 12 guys on the field, so rather than absorbing a penalty here, they will take the timeout.
Timeout Bengals.
Heading off the field for the Bengals, number 67 there, Andrew Benson. So it'll be 1st and 10 out of the timeout here. A running play on 1st down. Doesn't look like much gain there. About a yard, so 2nd and 9.
34, James Carson. Going to stop for the Bengals, number 50, Jordan Camilio. Second down and 8 for BP. 2nd and 8.
2nd and 9 for the Craftsmen. Handing it off. Plowing through the defense for pretty decent pickup, but it will be short of the first down, maybe by about 2 yards.
Then on a tackle for the Bengals, number 40, Sean C. Oliver.
It's about a 2 yard, 2 yards shy. They marked the ball, so we'll say 3rd and 2 here. Got to get across the 20. Kind of a short 2, almost a little more like 1.5.
This will bring up 3rd down and 2 for Bristol-Plymouth.
They hand it off. First down for the Craftsman. There is a flag.
Penalty flag on
It was thrown in the back. Could be a hold. That would be a break for Diman.
Number 34, James Castle. And on a stop for the Bengals, number 22, Colin Aguiar. Penalty flag on the play.
Oh, looks like it was a face mask. That is a big personal foul.
On the offense.
Ten-yard penalty backs up BP to behind the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12 from the 9. Got to watch a deep pass here. Here we go, going long and just out of reach of Stanley. It was thrown in double coverage, intended for Carter Kruger, the tight end. Good route, but the ball was just there. It was just a little long, but that was a good route. I like the play call. But now BP will have to kick basically from the end zone. So that was a good break for Diman, the penalty there. Otherwise, the Craftsman would be still driving, because they had the first down before that penalty. So the long snap will in the middle of the end zone. Almost blocked, a low line drive kick. It'll bounce across the 40, rolling to the 48.
Bengals will take over 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard
The Craftsman gained about almost 10 yards there on the bounce and roll. But really good field position for Diman. They start basically at midfield at their 48-yard line. Running it, taken down, a loss of about 5 yards, unless they give forward progress here. I didn't really see much of it, though, to be perfectly honest.
Number 40, Sean C. Oliver.
Sean C. Oliver.
And on a stop for BP, number 28, Alex Zamora. Penalty flag on the play.
Oh, they called a false start. So
against the Bengals.
I'm going to check with BP, see if they're going to keep it. Because honestly, the loss of yards there already on the play would bring up 2nd down. So I wonder if they decline it. And they will. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So basically, they got the 5 yards, but the loss of the down. Actually, it's a 4-yard loss, but that's the loss of the down more important for Coach Paris. Makes a lot of sense. So Diman backed up. Another whistle. Looks like another false start coming here.
Penalty flag on the play against the Bengals.
Another false start. Someone's jumping early, not getting the snap count down. And now the Bengals will be backed up. It'll be 2nd and 19. Well, they had good field position, but now backed up behind the 40. So loss of yards on a running play and then a loss of yards on the flag, and now you have to get 19 yards in 2 downs. Not an easy feat. They make the stop, short gain. It'll bring up a 3rd and long.
Ball carried by number 2, Nate Lumba.
Nate Lumba with the
Ball be placed
carry
at the
there.
42-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and long for the Bengals.
That was a 3-yard carry, so take that off of the 19 yards. It'll be 3rd and 16 from the 42. They got to get across the 50 to the 42 on the other side. Broder fakes it, pressure. He's free, but he's going to get taken down. Not able to throw the ball. You know, BP, it looks like playing a little more of a zone defense in the secondary there because they're not really lined up with anybody man-to-man, and it seems to be kind of messing up the Bengals a little bit here.
4th down and 12 for the Bengals.
4th and 11 coming up. 4th and 11. And so Diman going to have to punt it away. Had 2 drives that they've gotten into the red zone and they squandered the opportunities. And I'll tell you, if they go on to lose this game, that'll be the biggest storyline of the night, is that Diman missed their opportunities and their chances when they had them. Still a lot of football to play. That's a good punt. Going to land. Unfavorable bounce yet again. It goes out of play about the 27. Still, again, a lot of football to be played, about 12 and a half minutes of game time. But if the score ends up staying the same way,
Bristol-Plymouth takes
the Bengals very easily could have 2 touchdowns in this game. And they would then be ahead. Of course, coulda, woulda, shoulda, but, you know, we're just analyzing what we've seen so far for those of you just tuning in, and that's the fact, is that the Bengals have not taken advantage of some of the opportunities they've been given. BP will start from their own 28, or 27 rather, 1st and 10. They get the handoff. That is a good running play. This could be trouble for Diman, and getting tripped up. Man, might have even tripped on his own 2 feet was John Surratt. Because let me tell you something, he had a whole heck of a lot of green in front of him. He was gone if he didn't miss his footing there. And Bengals caught a break. That would have made it a 2-score game without a doubt. Surratt across the 50.
Ball placed at the Bengals' 48-yard line. Result of the play is good for Bristol-Plymouth, 1st down.
So across midfield on Diman's side now at the 48 of the Bengals. 1st and 10 for the Craftsmen. They hand it off. This time it's Carson. And after about 3 yards, maybe 2.
And on a stop for the Bengals,
2.5, how's that? Split the difference. So we'll say about 2nd and 8. Closer to an 8-yard deficit here than it is a 7. So we'll say 2nd and 8.
Second down and 8.
Ball at the 46 of the Bengals. Got to get to the 38 for the 1st down. 2nd and 8 for BP. Carson gets the handoff. Kind of the opposite of what they just did, and he stopped just maybe a yard and a half maybe on the gain. Maybe not even more than a yard. So
ball carried by number 34, Jamie Carson.
A little more than a yard. So it'll be more like a 3rd and 6 coming up. We have less than a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. I'll tell you, this game is flying by. By far, one of the fastest football games of the season that we've seen here. Durfee's games always tend to be a little long. It's just the pacing of them. Whereas again, you see, you do always tend to see a lot of running plays in high school, but we see more of them, it seems, in the Mayflower versus like Division I. And it looks like the first down will be grabbed. It will Surratt able to weave his way through the pocket and get to the first down marker. So that'll move the chains.
Number 50, Jordan Camilio.
So BP is driving here. And 15 seconds left in this third quarter. BP heading to the sidelines into the huddle to talk about the next play, and they probably will not return. No, that's it for the third quarter.
With the score remaining, Bristol-Plymouth 7 and the Diamond Bengals.
So the horn sounds, and we're done with 3. And it is still 7-0.
Please report to the press box. Roger St. Martin to the press box.
So the Craftsmen continue to hold the 7-0 lead here. A fresh 10 minutes have been put on the board, and that'll be the final act here from Mac Aldrich Field. The Diamond Bengals hosting the Bristol-Plymouth Craftsmen here in Mayflower League play at Durfee's home, while Diamond's Field continues to take root. The new sod, not quite yet playable. Evan Massoud with you here as we ready for the fourth quarter. Definitely nippy, it's again I said earlier in the game, definitely a little different than what we've had in terms of weather. Definitely a lot cooler. It was 60 degrees to start the game. Where should be in the 50. Well, it says 59. Feels a little colder than a 1 degree difference. So 1st and 10 as we're back to it. We switch sides, so BP moving from right to left. Same play as the touchdown, incomplete. The ball comes loose, and I'll be perfectly honest, BP's lucky that wasn't picked off, because the Bengals had the man in front of the intended receiver. Somehow Stanley was not able to come down with it, but he was able to eliminate the threat as well. He did not allow the catch. But that was a risky throw. So 2nd and 10 now.
Down and 10 for BP.
Bengals could use a pick right now. Diamond's given the ball over twice. BP, no mistakes to this point. They hand it off to Surratt. He cuts back in just outside the pocket on the far side.
By number 35, John Surratt.
Gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Number 2, Nate Rumba. Number 50, Jordan Camilio. It'll bring up 3rd down for Bristol-Plymouth. Just inside the Bengals' 35-yard line.
So actually a 3rd and 8, only a 2-yard gain. They give it to Carson. Carson on his feet, still weaving his way, but he will be taken down well short of the first down. 4th and 6. So on 4th down, they're 6 yards shy. We'll see what the Craftsmen do. Again, they do have the lead. The clock continuing to roll here with every running play. We'll see if they go for it here with 4th and 6. They are in Diamond territory. The ball is at the 32 of the Bengals, so they're not Diman wouldn't be pinned deep, but they're also not quite at midfield. It's kind of in between. It sure looks like they're going for it. So a big fourth down play here. This could be a difference maker in the game, whoever comes out on the positive end of this fourth down attempt. Barrows going to pass, going deep, and it is incomplete. There was some contact, but not enough to draw a penalty. Actually, the ball, I think, landed out of bounds, so an uncatchable ball, we'll say. So Diman's going to take over at their own 32. Taking over on downs.
8:08 remaining in the game.
So 8:08 to play in the game. The Bengals have yet to score. Again, they've had some chances. The defense has stepped up more times than the offense. But needing the offense to step up here. Coach Winarski standing at the end of the players on the sideline at the 50 to watch the play develop and come his way. Broder going to pass. It is caught and then taken down was Lyndon Carrero.
Pass completed by number 13, Jordan Broder.
It was a good pass. And it was
7, Lyndon Carrero.
be awfully close to a first down.
And on a stop, number 24, Marcus Pitsley.
Well, there was a flag on the play as well. I was wondering why the officials were whistling. So it looks like the flag was on the Bengals. So that pass going to get erased. A bit of an argument here down on the field. One of the assistant coaches not happy for the Bengals with that last call. So the Bengals 9 to 10 yard catch, no good. It's going to be erased, and now a sack. Oh, Broder's still on his feet. Ooh, that's a tough hit right there. Not able to get back to the line of scrimmage, though.
Ball held on to by number 13, Jordan Broder.
So after the loss on the penalty, now a sack. It'll be second and about 17.
Second down.
Still arguing is Coach Winarski and his assistant coach down on the sidelines. They are not happy with one of the calls on that far side. Second and about 16, we'll say. Broder looking to pass. Hauling it deep, looking for Stanley, all alone, down the sidelines. Javier Stanley to the end zone on one strike. How about that? Caught the defense napping. First deep pass of the night. Broder to Stanley from deep in Diman's territory. 7-6 the score. Where has that been all night? How about that?
Pass completed by number 13, Jordan Broder. To number 4.
That was from that was almost from about the 20-yard line. So that was about a 75 to 80-yard touchdown pass. And the Bengals go for 2 here. I believe. They don't usually kick it. We'll see if they're going to. Oh, it looks like they are going to kick it. Broder will hold. And they'll try to tie it out. We're going to call a timeout now. one thing with Coach Winarski, kind of old school, he does not wear a headset down on the field, which is a little different. You don't usually see that. The head coach usually will wear the headset. He does not. Diman will go for the extra point, it appears. This would tie it up. 6:52 on the clock. Brodeur will hold. Good snap. Oh, they're going to fake it. Brodeur passing for the lead. It's picked off. And now you're going to make the tackle here. So Craftsman still on their feet. They tackle him out of bounds. You know, I'm not the coach. I'll be perfectly honest, though. I don't like the play call at all. I'd rather see them kick it and go for the extra point. Or, at the very least, line up and just go for the straight two. I don't like the trick play at all there. Diman has not been that successful with the pass tonight, and that's the third interception. So, I'm sorry, second interception, third turnover. Didn't like the play call there. The Bengals still trail. It's only by one, but they are still behind in the game. Now, of course, on a two-point conversion there, if it's intercepted and they don't bring the ball all the way back, you don't. It's not like a traditional interception. They don't take over where they're down. Diman will kick off now because the play is dead unless you can return that interception for a touchdown. So BP did not return it. They were taken out of bounds. Therefore, dead ball, and Diman will now kick off, and BP will start fresh after the kickoff. So. What a weird game, I'll tell you that. What a really weird game tonight. Going for the onside kick, it looked like. That was a great onside kick, but traditionally you want to try to bounce it, though, a little so it actually kind of float in the air a little bit. You got to get it to go the 10 yards, but you try to get a little bit of a bounce so that your team can actually get there in time to try to make a play on it. That didn't happen. BP will take over from the 46-yard line. And if there was ever a defensive series, a big defensive series in this game, this would be it for Diman. They've been pretty good on defense in this game. Again, that touchdown, I think, caught everybody napping a little bit on the Diman side because BP hadn't really tossed it deep all game. And the touchdown was a 27-yard pass to the corner of the end zone. Surratt has a hole. He will get the first down, diving across the 45. But aside from that one drive there and that one strike to the end zone for BP, Diman's defense has done a good job containing the Craftsman tonight.
Bristol-Plymouth first down. First and 10.
I mean, the same can be said about BP, but I would say more than anything, I think Diman is missing their top two running backs more than BP is containing Diman. I think that's really the biggest thing. Again, Swenson really looked fantastic on that first drive, and he came out of the game, and the running game has not been the same for the Bengals. They hand it off. BP does. That is number 20. That was Corey Lopes. Haven't seen him really take any handoffs.
Carry by number 20, Corey Lopes.
It's pretty much been Surratt and Carson tonight, but Lopes getting the carry, a pickup of 6, and we'll see 2nd and 4. Lopes did go out of bounds, so that stops the clock.
Second down for BP.
Barros being chased, taken down for the sack, right at midfield. 3 Bengals in his wheelhouse. Couldn't do anything with the ball, and he has to eat it.
In on this Sack for the
That's a
Bengals,
big
number
play right there.
50, Jordan Camilio.
They mark him down at the 49,
49-yard line.
and it's a loss of about 8 yards. Actually, no, 10 yards. Loss of 10 yards. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 14. And I would say, let's be aware, they may try to pass. Nick Powers on the near side, right at the bottom of your screen. They've targeted him a couple times in this game. We'll see if they try to pass to him for on 3rd and long. They hand it off to Lopes. Lopes is grabbed, wrapped up. Ooh, there's a bit of a late hit there. Everybody under control, though.
Ball carried by number 20, Corey Lopes.
Lopes gets 8 yards back, but they're going to be 6 yards shy of the first down. Be 4th down and 6 to go.
We'll bring up 4th down for Bristol-Plymouth. 4th down.
And the Craftsmen taking their time right now. They are ahead. They don't want to leave the Bengals too much time to work with. But it sure looks like the Craftsmen may go for it. They're in the huddle here. Typically, if you're going for it on and Coach Paris waiting to the last minute to call timeout there at the end of the play clock. But typically when you're punting, you kind of just get right back to the line. You don't really huddle up. So we'll see if they punt now. Yep, special teams coming out, it appears. So the Bengals, there's 4:22 to play in the game, in regulation, I should say. Line drive kick. It's going to roll, and it's going to bounce. We haven't seen one. The Diman coach is letting you know how they feel at home up here on the roof. But we haven't seen anything returned tonight, basically, from Diman on a punt, which I'm kind of surprised. So they are back deep in their own zone.
Bengals take over 1st and 10 from their own 11-yard line.
1st and 10. It looks like it's actually from about the 12. 4:12 to play, and the Bengals have a long field, but they do have the opportunity here if they can sustain a drive to come back and possibly win this one. Can't throw the ball away. That's the problem.
Pass completed by number 13, Jordan Broder. To number 4, JVS Stanley. No gain on the play.
They backed him up 2 yards. Didn't look like Broder was touched. I'm not sure why he was. Backed up. They marked him down, but I didn't see him touched by anybody.
Second down.
So that was kind of strange. 2nd and 12 now. They mark it as a loss of 2. They go to Stanley on the far side. Still on his feet, scurrying. He's backtracking. That's the wrong way to go. Ball is loose. We'll see who has it. Okay, Diman still has it, it appears.
Ball recovered by the Bengals.
The Bengals do get the loose ball after it came out. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5. The clock will continue to roll as we come close to the 3-minute mark. 10 seconds until we do. Broder heading out with the play call.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Bengals from their own 17-yard line.
The BP crowd getting loud on the far side on this 3rd and 5. Bengals not really set or ready to go here. Now they are. Broder looking down the field, throwing a nobody. Stanley was the only receiver in a sea of 6 Craftsmen, and he wasn't even at his post.
Pass falls incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Bengals.
Gotta say, you haven't been too impressed by the Bengals passing game tonight. 4th and 5, and this is a must go for right here for the Bengals. And that's all you can say. We're gonna have a timeout for Diman. This could very well be the game right here.
Timeout taken by the Bengals.
Full team timeout. 2:44 to play. 7-6 Craftsman after the Bengals unsuccessful on the extra point turned fake turned 2-point conversion attempt. And that is why they trail by 1. And it's like, what do you do? Because the passing game has been inconsistent at best. I mean, sure, they passed for the touchdown, but that was their best pass of the night. I mean, we haven't seen too many good passes. We've seen some interceptions. But the running game has really not been that strong either in the second half. Oliver had some good carries to start the third quarter, but he's been pretty quiet since. So what do you do in a 4th and 5 when you have to get the first down, or that could be the ball game? We'll see what Coach has up his sleeve. One thing I will say, BP's defense has certainly stepped it up here in the second half. They have been tough to handle. Getting loud at Matt Aldridge Field. 4th and 5 for the Bengals. They trail by 1. Almost a bad snap. They throw it to Stanley. Stanley gets the block. Stanley gets the first down. He's still on his feet. And he's taken down by number 52, Justin Stevens, and number 33, Zachary Gallant. Huge 4th down play for the Bengals.
Number 4, Javier Stanley.
And it was a key block at about the 20-yard line.
First down.
One of the Bengals coming back to take down one of the Craftsmen, and that's what allowed Stanley to make his way to the sidelines. Huge play right there for the Bengals. So they're still alive in this one. 2:20 to play in regulation.
First down and 10, Bengals from their own 35.
And again, getting loud here. BP started getting loud, so now the Diamond faithful getting loud. Look out. Broder has traffic coming at him. Shuffle pass is out of bounds. It's incomplete. It stops the clock at 2:04. Broder lucky he didn't get sacked right there. He had a couple Craftsmen in his wheelhouse and more coming in from his right.
Second down and 10.
Second and 10 from the 35.
2:04 remaining in the game. Second down and 10.
Well, I will say the second half's been a little more exciting than the first half, but this has been an extremely low-scoring game. Again, both sides with the touchdown. The extra point is the difference in this one. Broder looking to pass again. He has a lot of time going up the middle. Picked off. 3rd interception of the night. No flags, and that's going to do it.
Pass intended for number 9, Tyler Rigo.
They were looking for Tyler Rigo, but once again, Broder throwing into a sea of defenders.
Bristol-Plymouth will take over with 1:55.
And you can tell the disappointment. He's on the sidelines.
From the Bengals, 46
Got his head down. Disappointed to throw the pick. Tough being the playmaker. Tough being the QB in football, I'll tell you that. You're the leader. Swenson coming over to see him on the sidelines, cheer him up. Hand it off to Carson. And basically BP going to run out the clock as best they can. Diman, I think, has some timeouts, so I heard a whistle. So we might have a timeout coming here for the Bengals. We do.
James Carson.
So 1:49 remaining, and the Bengals take the timeout. Coach Winarski in the huddle. It was a 4-yard carry on first down by Carson. It'll bring up 2nd and 6 from the Diman 42-yard line.
Second down and 6 for Bristol-Plymouth from the Bengals 43-yard line.
Handoff to Lopes. Lopes taken down at the 40, still shy of the first down. Timeout taken again. That killed 10 seconds.
20, Corey Lopes.
It'll bring up 3rd and 4, but we have a Diman Bengal down on the field.
Injured player on the field.
Could not tell who that was, but we will see momentarily. Believe it or not, that's really our first injury timeout of the game, which is amazing in football. That is number 29, O'Shawn Brooks. Good to see him up. He's okay. Might have just gotten his bell rung. We've seen that happen tonight a couple times. Third and 4 coming up. Nate Burns with more shenanigans. Oh, man. You know, I have to say that, I mean, I love doing play-by-play, but I miss shooting the highlights in terms of being able to just shoot the breeze with Nate. Because we used to have a lot of fun when we were shooting, because the audio didn't always matter, you know, when we were doing highlights. Obviously now, calling the game, we can't just talk while we're filming, but there is a flag down.
Penalty flag on the play.
And it's on. It's a delay of game on the Craftsman. That backs him up 5 yards. And that could be big for Diman. So now 3rd and 9.
Placed at the Bengals 45-yard line.
3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 for Bristol-Plymouth.
One minute, 39 seconds to play. Third and 9. They hand it to Carson. Carson taken down for a loss of 5.
And on a tackle for the Bengals, number 40, Sean C. Oliver.
Well, the Bengals will have, well, they mark him officially a loss of about 3 or 4, but the Bengals will end up with life when it sure looked like it was over. After that interception, truly did not think they'd get the ball back with enough time to do anything. The thing is, they will run it down yet again. Still, the clock's still rolling. Coach Paris waiting to call timeout. 55 seconds, 54. And that'll be all that's left before BP has to punt,
Timeout, Bristol-Plymouth.
which means that the Bengals should have, by the time the punt lands, and depending on if it's returned, probably about 45 seconds to put together some kind of a drive on offense. So 4th and about 11, 4th and 12, and BP will punt. And nobody back deep for Diman. They get a good roll yet again. BP has gotten a favorable roll every time. It took 10 seconds off the clock. 44 seconds remain in the game. The Bengals with not a lot of time to try to make something happen here.
Bengals will take over 1st and 10 from their own 18-yard line. with just 44 seconds remaining here in the game.
One thing you gotta love is that not one person, it seems, has left from the bleachers here. Everybody's still here for Diman, who was here earlier for the most part. Still a pretty full house. I mean, it's not like it's a runaway. It's a close game, and Diman has certainly had chances that they've squandered in this one. They could very easily be up by 2 touchdowns. Too many turnovers. Number one rule of the game is protect the football, and Diman's had trouble with that tonight. A whistle is blown. Timeout, BP. So we wait until the play. Looks like the Craftsmen want to make a couple personnel changes. And now we get back to the field. The Bengals will need 82 yards in 44 seconds or less from the 18, 1st and 10. Everybody knows that Broder looking to pass. Shooting it deep, double coverage, incomplete pass. Looking for Tyler Rigo. He was the intended receiver before the pick in the last possession.
Folks, would like just to take a quick second to thank Durfee for allowing Diman to use their field tonight. We ask that you please disperse of all trash into the barrels provided here on the grounds. Help keep the Durfee grounds clean.
2nd and 10, 36 seconds to play after the incomplete pass. The good news is it stopped the clock. The bad news is it took time off. And a pass to the near side. Rigo has it. Has pressure coming, still in play. He will go out of bounds, it appears. And that stops the clock at 27 seconds.
Number 9, Tyler Rigo.
Rigo comes down with it. It was almost even a lateral, basically a horizontal pass to the sidelines. Picked up 6. Brings up 3rd and 4. Gonna need a deep strike pretty quick here. Javier Stanley thought he was coming out. Now he's heading back over to the sidelines. They'll take out Nate Lumba. Or Lumba. It's our PA announcer, Lenny Dutra, says Lumba. And no, I'm not saying that as if the Fall River way, you know, with an ER. No, it's actually Lumba, just with an A at the end. There is a flag. And it looks like a delay of game for the Bengals, so that'll back him up 5 yards. So it'll make it 3rd and 9, basically only now a net gain of 1 yard between that last play and the flag. So back to the 19. Broder with a quick pass. That's not going to pan out.
Pass completed to number 29, O'Shawn Brooks.
Clock continuing to roll, and this might do it. No timeouts left.
10 seconds remaining here.
It's 4th down, last chance for Romance. They got to get the ball off. 3 seconds. They may not even snap it in time. That's the game. Wow, that was pretty ugly at the end. I'm not going to lie. That was rough to see. Not pretty. Not the best we've seen Diman look. And again, I wouldn't even say, if BP, they made some great plays on defense, but to be quite honest with you, the one of the biggest things that could pick up and take away from this game are some of the missed opportunities for Diman. That first drive of theirs after they got the 3-and-out stop on defense to open the game, the Bengals' first drive, they made it down into the red zone and couldn't convert any points. And the same could be said for one of their other drives that they had later in the game. Couldn't convert. And then the faked extra point that turned into a 2-point conversion that was failed. That ends up being the difference in the game. Not sure about that play call. I'm not the coach. I wouldn't have gone for it, but that's just me. So needless to say, though, the Bengals, with a tough loss here on Durfee's Field, hosting BP in Mayflower League play, they lose a defensive battle, 7-6, the final score. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Great to have you with us for Friday Night Football. Our next games on Fred TV, we'll have some girls soccer, Diman versus Durfee from right here next week, and more Big 3 girls volleyball at the end of the week. Until then, Evan Massoud saying so long from Durfee High School.